And you have to decide which person are you.
I think that depends on your mood. It depends on how your day's going.
That's true too. Yeah.
And we can those people throughout the day.
That's why it's important to create a routine no matter what, whether you're going to work or if you're working from home or if you're not doing anything, but just have a routine. Wake up at the same time every day. You know, take some time to exercise in the morning, whether you're doing that at home on your own with some weights or just push-ups or whatever. Make sure you take a shower at the same time every day and eat your dinner, breakfast, lunch as you normally would, and just have that routine and have something that keeps you motivated. Otherwise, you're just going to find yourself with a massive headache on a 10-hour Netflix binge. Right?
It's fine.
That's
and look for opportunities and look for things that you can do. Like right now is a perfect opportunity if you're one of the unfortunate people who have lost their job or are temporarily unemployed. Start to research, start to read, like learn something new, like learn a new language if you want, learn something that you've always been putting off, and just take this time and think of it as a blessing. I think when else are you ever going to have this much time to do something and not have the excuse of I'm too busy with work, I'm too busy with whatever it is, right?
Hello. So
this is a great opportunity, whether it's financial or personal. Like, just take advantage of the time.
Yeah. So Kelsey, I don't know if you heard right when we started, we were kind of just going through the statistics of day, week, month, and quarterly basis. But 30 properties have actually sold in the last 24 hours.
Wow, 30 in the city.
The Edmonton Real Estate Board. 236 have sold in the last 7 days.
There you go.
And almost 1,300 have sold in the last month.
It would be very interesting to see what is selling.
Now, lots of different things. And I mean, price tags all the way from like $60,000 all the way up to in the high millions.
Wow.
You know, so like there's a buyer for a lot of things. And
there's always a buyer. It's just that when they meet the seller, they meet at the right time.
Right? So I don't know. I think it's really important for right now, especially working with our clients, because just because this is happening doesn't mean certain life circumstances can be delayed. You know, if you need to downsize due to mobility issues,
you can't stop that.
Right? Like, wait till when? If they're already in the motion or if they were already looking at selling their house. But how can we keep everybody safe while doing that transition?
I remember when I bought my place, or one of the properties that was for sale was a young couple. She owned the place. They got pregnant. It's an adult-only building. So they have 9 months to get it sold or move out. So they definitely have pressure on that, for sure.
Yeah, just another like interesting statistic too. Like when you're looking at year over year Q1 sales in total, considering we just had 3 weeks of lockdown basically, we only seen less than 1% decrease in sales over 2019. It was actually 0.25%.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I think it speaks to your point, Dave. It's about opportunity. Don't look at it as, you're not losing something. It's something you're gaining.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Tim. Welcome to the meeting.
We got Tim all the way from the U.S. visiting us. How are you seeing things in the U.S., Tim? Oh, he's connecting.
Yeah, his audio's connecting.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Dave. What's up?
How you doing? How's things in the U.S.? You're in Texas, I believe, right?
Yeah, they're crazy, man. They're crazy.
What's going on over there?
Just a lot of isolation, man.
So how do
you guys?
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Oh, Kelsey's still at work.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, water. I'm leaving in 15 minutes. I'll go have my drink soon.
Oh, perfect. So sorry, Dave, you were saying the quarterly stats?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, it's only like less than 1% decrease in actual single family homes from 2019 to 2020 in quarter one, 0.25% difference only.
Wow.
And when I talked to my sister actually in the States, now that we have an American visiting with us, she was saying that in Georgia, like, it's just actually like they're not seeing any decreases at all. It's actually been increasing month over month, and things are super busy over there still. Did you find the same in Texas, Tim? It's like things still moving, or is it?
Well, up until 3 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, it's funny too because I mean, like we've really had to like readjust how we show houses, how we market houses, how we do everything during this time. So really having like a push for video tours of our listings. But the benefit of it too is that the people that are actually going out to look at the properties, I think they're a more serious buyer right now than we've been seeing.
100%. Everyone who's actually looking at houses right now is very serious. They're looking because they need to look and because they want something now. So anytime that we're taking anybody out, it's a serious buyer for sure. And they're not just tire kickers, which I assume that a lot might be. That a lot of people are just bored and just want to go look at things, but I haven't seen that that's the case, not for me anyway.
Well, I think like everybody's lives are at stake. Every time you leave the house, every time you interact with another person, so you better be certain that it's for a reason to do something that you have to do, right? Like real estate has been deemed an essential service in Alberta, but it's not business as usual. It's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
The exact same thing that we're seeing in our industry. People that are coming in, although the leads have trickled down, those that are coming in are very precise. They know what they want. They're ready to buy. You have what they want. They're executing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What industry are you in, Kelsey?
Automotive.
Automotive.
Mm-hmm. And she's also one of our best clients.
Yes.
Well, and I just think it's interesting, because like obviously there's a lot of fear and concern in that list of different types of people that we can choose to be during this crisis. I've definitely had my share of like, this is stressful. How are we ever going to get through this? And my dad always says, he got into real estate in the early 80s when the market wasn't good, interest rates were in double digits, and he like really set himself apart. He worked I can do anything in this, and that actually made a huge trajectory in his career going through that. Like I've been in real estate for a few years. I've never known a good market. Mm-hmm. You just gotta work hard and help your clients and really listen to them and go the extra mile to make sure you find what they're looking for.
Absolutely.
Right? So what else, Dave? So tell us more about the facts and figures.
What would you guys like to know?
Dave, tell me how real estate is doing in Calgary, man, overall.
I'm in Edmonton now, Tim.
I know that, but clearly there's some type of affiliation there, no?
Well, the information I looked at for today was just for Edmonton area, but I can look that up for you if you like. Do you still have property out there?
I do. I have that condo downtown, but I'm just curious in general as to, well, I think it's like a pretty depressed market as far as like the value of the homes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Calgary's definitely been hit a lot harder than Edmonton.
Is that right?
The last few years, but
They're still the government city.
That's true. Let me take a look. I'll look for you, Tim, and I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, just like, what is the difference between the two cities? Yeah. Not that either of it, I think, is a great scene, to be honest.
No, it's not. And like, well, you're from Alberta. You've lived here a long time. Like, we're a very oil-dependent province.
I was going to say, the reason why I know that is because what little I do know over the last 2.5, 3 years is that seems like I don't think electing that guy did you guys any favors, the premier. So, not because of necessarily some business policy. Obviously, he's pro-business, which is great for you guys as realtors, because that kind of deregulates the market, which is great. But because he continuously, he's a one-trick pony, right? Like that oil and gas thing, man, that's never coming back, dude. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, but that's not coming back. When I left in 2014, there was that crash. A barrel of Western Canadian Select is worth $11 today. So
it's actually worse. It's like $5 today.
Okay, sure, whatever. Fuck, who cares what it's worth when it's below $85? It doesn't matter. Yeah. So why does he win an election based on the fact that he wants to try and get a pipeline? Doesn't matter when your oil's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. I get it when you want to move something when it's valuable, but when it's lost its value, there's no point in moving it.
It does matter if you have more than one customer. Our price is severely depressed only because America is our only client.
The cost to pull a barrel out of the ground is more than it's worth. So it doesn't matter who you get it to.
Go up if there's more market to sell to than the United States.
The price of Western Canadian Select at this point will never rise above much more than it is. So that's gone, man. That's gone. So why you're electing somebody who's hoping that that's going to turn around affects everybody. And there's nothing left now, right? Edmonton has government. What does Calgary have? Nothing, right? Nothing. There's no diversification. So if you own a home in Calgary, like I do, it's depressing, and I'm just curious what I've been out of it because I just rented to a tenant, right? And I'm lucky because she's been paying full price the whole time for whatever 2.5, 3 years. I'm very fortunate, but I'd like to get rid of that thing, and I'd like to get rid of it for the same price at least I paid for it, if that's possible.
When did you buy it, Tim? 2013.
And I think it's worth less today than what I bought it for. Is that possible?
Yeah, probably.
I can guarantee you without probably even looking at it, if you've done nothing to like significantly update it in the last like 5 years.
It's like a 650 or 750 square foot condo downtown. So no.
Yeah, no. There's very little chance it will likely be worth more. I think the best thing you could do is hold on to it and rent it if you can.
Yeah, exactly. And especially in Calgary's downtown, like their condo market has been hit really badly just because of the overabundance of condos that they built over there, as you know, as you've seen, right? And
yeah, no, I know. It's like
they keep
I've been living this dream with this lady. She doesn't give me any problems, dude. I haven't even heard from her. My rent comes in a day early every month for 2.5 years, man. It's a dream.
You're lucky. Just keep accepting.
Don't even think about selling.
I know, but what happens if she's like, you know what, I'm done? Because when this happened, I called her and she said she's out of work. She lost her job.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, hey, do you need like deferment? Because I went to my lender because I still owe on the house. So I went to my lender. And I noticed on their front page of their website, it said that they can defer payments.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to her, listen, like I can reach out to my lender and see if I can get, and she's like, no, I'm good, basically. She was kind of like insulted by that. So I was like, oh, okay.
I don't empathize with you at all.
I was like, fine,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, good for you, but I mean, like Alberta.
No, here's my only thought and fear, I guess you could say, because I'm not, is that she decides to up and go because at the end of her term, which will be in like November, December, or something like that, is over. I would never find a tenant that great, so I would then obviously the next move would be to sell. And so my thought in the conversation of what we're all having here is. What's everybody's take on like the overall cost of condos downtown Calgary? And you're telling me shit, right? So
well, just doing a quick search here, I can already see that they've gone down since 2019 March prices compared to now. Like first quarter, they've gone down probably like 3%. So not a huge amount, but they're still going down, and they're not going the right direction.
But Tim, understand too, like while all this is happening with the real estate sales side, rental rates are going up by 3 to 5% per year. Vacancies are going down because less and less people are able to afford a property. And you're going to see like this area of subprime renters that, Sidex Corporation has built multiple luxury rental buildings all over Calgary, and they have really stringent rules and credit checks and ability to qualify tenants to move in there, that as an independent owner, to actually take a credit report and be like, okay, what life circumstances happened? Like, do you really have a 400 credit rating, or did you get laid off during the COVID crisis and it ruined your life? Okay, well, I can see beyond that. Let's rent it out to you. So you actually have a better opportunity to generate more money on that.
Yeah, well, the good news is it's not a luxury, it's not like a luxury property or anything. I think she's paying $1,200 a month, so it's accessible,
Yeah.
It's not like it's $5,000 a month condo or anything, which would be a different story.
Those $5,000 a month condos in Calgary are now renting for $3,000 or $2,500.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, So, but like that thing's a pain. Like that thing's just something in the back of my head that I just would love to get rid of, man. Like I don't need, I don't want anything to do with that anymore, to be honest. But
Are you making money on it or just breaking even kind of?
yeah, it's just it's like break even.
So you're just making money off of the value of the condo when you go to sell it?
Well, the value hasn't moved since I bought it, but I guess equity, or like, the equity, the pay, because I think I've had it for like 8 years now, and like I don't know very much on it. So, and like when I like that's been 2.5 years or 3 years of renting it. So when I did first rent out, I remember looking when I owed on it, thinking, "Holy shit!" And then I just re-upped my mortgage like a couple months ago, and I remember thinking, "Oh, not bad."
Yeah, well, right now, if you can change your mortgage, it's like the rates are extremely low. It's great.
Dude, I'm paying like 2.8 or something like that. It's fucking ridiculous.
So, hey, I found a really detailed housing market analysis for Calgary, Tim. So if you want to private message me or where you want me to email it to, I'll send it over to you.
Well, yeah. Or do you have like you have like a realtor access to that? Like, whatever. Like you guys have. Are you all realtors?
No.
Don't realtors have special access to like information that normal civilians do not?
Yes, I can. Dave, there is a data co-op that we can look up Calgary information.
Well, even like specific properties, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I might have to hit you up for some inside info, man.
Okay.
The secret information.
Well, I just want to know what one condo in that building sold for like last year, I think, or something like that. But I don't have the address, so I'll have to get that to you.
Okay.
Perfect. So we have a few minutes left here. Is there
Do you guys want to sell that house when it's time to sell it, or what?
What house? Condo?
Yeah, the condo in Calgary.
I don't think we can. We're not licensed for Calgary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I can refer you to something.
Okay, man.
A great agent in Calgary.
Yeah. I know a couple people that can help you out, Tim.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. Why? What's with the regulation there, man?
Well, technically, we can list it for you, but like if somebody wants to see it and they don't have a realtor, like it's hard for us to drive to Calgary to do one showing, right?
Right. Okay.
This is a 3-hour jaunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not worth it. I got you.
So maybe, David, I was going to say, I was wanting to talk about like the best areas of Edmonton, maybe even like before COVID and even now that I think are like really good investment opportunities.
Okay, where do you think?
You already know what I'm going to say.
I know what you're going to say, but go ahead and say it.
Boyle Street. Okay, and yeah, everybody roll your eyes. Everybody roll your eyes. Boyle Street, the Brighton Block redevelopment, the Sidex Tower, the Moth Cafe, the Heckler Lofts, Jasper Properties, all of the developments that everybody's been talking about for years actually is happening. Mm-hmm. And you have literally Victoria Promenade views. You're essentially right downtown, and that is slated for the Quarters District. And I don't know if anybody was listening to the provincial address today by Jason Kenney. Sorry, Tim. They're going to be putting an additional $2 billion into infrastructure.
Right? What if you buy a place with a River Valley view for $100,000?
$100,000 condo with a River Valley view, fully renovated, underground parking. Oh yeah. Oh, you want to go 3 blocks over and spend $400,000? You do that. But if we're actually on the vein of income properties, these are great. And if anybody wants, if anybody's worried about safety or anything, I can confidently say that I know most people in the community. I will take you on a walking tour.
Homeless and with homes.
What?
You know both the people that are homeless and with homes.
Yeah, all my friends.
Yeah.
And so if anybody wants to do a walking tour on 9 p.m. on a Thursday, I'd be happy to show you. Yeah, find a cheaper condo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I actually had some investors from Toronto asking about some condos over there because they see that the value would be going up on those streets.
Yeah. 1 block from the River Valley, 2 blocks from downtown. It just seems like a no-brainer, and I can't believe nobody listens about this.
Not that I don't see that there's a long-term gain with that area. And I think what you're talking about is it's rentals, it's small incremental growth, it's getting people in there. That's where I think the profit is. It just depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for your own property that you want to renovate and, excel the value of it? Then you're looking for the best area and the worst house in that area for the best price. Now would probably be a great time to buy a place in that kind of area, like Riverdale. But if that's not your budget, and what are you looking for? Are you looking for secondary? Yeah, I happen to have $100,000 that I want to, drop in a property. Yeah, 100%. That would be a good idea. I couldn't see myself living there.
No, you don't have to, but I mean,
But that's not what it's about then.
No, and I've actually moved quite a few young urban professionals into that area over the last year, and they love it. You check in with them, and they're like, this is such a great community.
Doesn't Mark from On the Mark Mortgages live in that area?
He's got an office in Macaulay.
Yeah.
He's our favorite mortgage broker. Anybody needs mortgages, On the Mark Mortgages. Dave's like, not my favorite. Actually, it's Dallas. She's my favorite. Yeah. Macaulay's also a great area. On that note, because the Italian Center, Giovanni Park, a lot of great properties that have basement suites and rental suites, a lot of properties that have 3 various suites in one house that are good to go for a young family that wants a nice big house, maybe only has a condo budget, and could have a few tenants living in there.
Mm-hmm. And we have a good mixed-use commercial residential building, historic building. You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh,
It's still available. It's in the ICE district now.
I cannot believe nobody bought that. If I had an easy $4 million laying around, if anybody's interested, look up the history of the Hull block. There's great videos. This man restored this building to an incredible level.
It looks like you're walking into a time machine and walking to like 1902 and you walk into that building. Like all the detail that went into the restoration is incredible. And like the amount of money he spent on it to be able to pick it up for $4 million is like you're basically stealing from him.
Oh, we don't even represent him. We're just huge fans of the project. But there's, and I can't remember how many apartments there are in there. They put Miele appliances, granite counters, hardwood floors in every single one of the apartments. And it's already set up to be condominiumized.
Yeah. It's already been approved by the city, actually.
Yeah.
So you can buy the entire building, condominiumize it, and then make an extra $1 million bucks off of it.
Yeah, that is a beautiful building.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Kelsey, you know which one I'm talking about. The one across the street from Hot Pot, 97? Up the block from Saiwu.
Oh, yeah.
You know that Edwardian-style building in Chinatown?
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's 16 units in that building.
Yeah. Would you live there, Kelsey?
No. But this is the whole point. You're comfortable in Macaulay or Boyle because you've known that these areas since, you were a kid. So you're comfortable with them, you know the pros and cons to it, and it's normal to you. What's the buyer want? And are they almost like me that wants high security and feeling comfortable to walk around? Great.
I will take you. I've taken you up on a walking tour up there before.
No, you haven't.
But I feel like we've walked to the stadium before. Or to the racetrack.
No, we were going to. We once decided we were going to walk home from Saiwu, and then we got around the corner and thought it would be safer to flag down the cab. Agnes was with us, and she's like, hell to the no.
That was a long time ago.
I'd do it now.
Yeah, you would.
I don't know. My dad always gets mad at me when I walk home from downtown.
I took my mom once. There was something that was at the Windspear, so my sister and I took her for the concert. We had some drinks and appies before, and then I said, do you want to walk home? And so we walked home down Jasper, and as we start to approach groups of homeless people, I can feel her beside me getting really worked up. I'm like, Mom, it's okay. Middle of the day, they're doing their own thing. So just nod, acknowledge them, and keep on going.
Yeah. They won't hurt you.
No.
So any final questions before we wrap this up?
Tim, don't forget to private message me.
No, he's on mute.
Yeah, I will. I'll. What do you mean? What, through phone? Do you want me to text you or
Yeah,
what?
you can text me or email me, whatever's easier for me, and I'll just send you some info.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Thanks, dude. I'll catch you guys later, man. I'm glad I caught up with you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
And Kelsey, let us know. I'll let you know when we have a buyer for your condo. That might be the better thing.
I don't know if I'd want to give it up. I love it so much.
Well, that's such a great neighborhood. That's one of my favorite
You
neighborhoods.
want a closer street to me. You're too far from me.
I'm literally a 5-minute walk away from you, and that's too far.
It is.
Yeah, well.
There's like 7 houses for sale across the street from my house right now.
7?
Like literally, Dave sold the house on the old house they lived in.
Congratulations, by the way, because that was an effort.
Yeah.
Well, how much, now I'm crying, but how much did the house sell for?
The house ended up selling for $965,000 to a researcher who's working on a vaccine for COVID, believe it or not.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
What was the original list? 1.5? 1.4?
035 we had it listed for.
So we have a new neighbor, Kelsey.
Yay.
Yay. Maybe they'll be as fun as David.
We can
Get
go and
access
ask
to
him if he wants to test us on any COVID vaccines.
Gee.
We'll take it.
Fantastic.
Okay, guys. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Cheers.
See you guys.
Bye. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.